Ready for starting early. Get all the social media out of the way first. Post needs links, so when it's actually 8:30, actually start.
Friend,
Hey!
I miss you.
I miss you too, buddy. What's going on?
Ah, not very much. I just finished having some gumbo with the parents.
Gumbo?
Yeah. Made some sausage gumbo in this recipe.
Was it Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island?
Oh, yeah. The heart of Louisiana.
Oh, God. It's still so crazy to me that they're finally finishing the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. After all these years, they're making like a movie or something.
That's the sad thing about that, though, is Vincent Price is in around to reprise his role. Now, I'm sure they'll find someone either equivalent and / or a sound alike, but I will be sad because I really like the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Reducing the cast just down to Shaggy and Daphne was like really smart.
Yeah, and then Flim Flam. Can't forget about Flim Flam.
Oh yeah, Flim Flam. Scrappy was a part of that too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was all right in that.
Yeah, he was tolerable.
But enough about Scooby-Doo. Because
is he playing some Mega Man?
Because it's Mega Man's birthday.
Oh, it is.
So happy birthday at Mega Man. If everybody wants to at Mega Man right now and say, happy birthday, I'm going to play some Mega Man 7.
How old is he? 30?
31.
31.
Turning 31 today.
Right, 30 was last year.
Yeah, and thus today ends the full 30th anniversary celebration that's been going on since last December 18th. So much crazy stuff happened. Like, games dropped. There's a ton of like fan projects and like all this stuff, like art. Like, there's this one guy I follow who's been drawing a piece of art every day for the last like 5 years, and it's all Mega Man related. He's up to like, he got to over 1,000 pieces this year. Like,
wow. I mean, that's like really amazing. It's like writing an entire fan fiction based off of Smash. But like actually talented. You know what? At some point, I would say this guy has a talent for writing because the consistency that this man has been able to do is fascinating.
Well, I mean, you have to have some kind of consistency when you've done that many chapters.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just gonna start this one with the. Actually, you know what? Let me just see here. I have a background one. I'm gonna let the intro play for this while I'm just doing this.
So we're playing some 7 tonight?
Yeah, my favorite of the original series. Probably my favorite game of the entire franchise. It was X for a long time, but as I kept playing the other games, I kept going back to 7. And I also grew up with 7 around the same time I grew up with X. Actually, it's funny. This game, we got X, and we rented 7 so many times from this place called Ted's Place. And eventually they started selling their games, and my brother actually bought 7 from them. So we have like a rental case for Mega Man 7 that has like the actual game art cut up and everything in a case. It's actually kind of a sentimental game case because they no longer rent out games anymore, and I think Ted's Place actually closed down shortly after they stopped renting out games. But yeah, that was the childhood copy that we rented out. Fortunately, hindsight being 2020, when we wanted an N64, we sold all our Super Nintendo stuff. And then eventually we bought the games back. I was lucky enough to find Japanese copies of, well, some games, let me preface, some games we left with our grandmother because she had a Super Nintendo and all the kids would play it. And Mega Man X, we had the forethought to leave that one there, but not Mega Man 7, I guess. We left a couple of other harder to get games there that we were like, we're still going to want to play these. When we restarted collecting our Super Nintendo stuff, this was like when I was in high school. I was lucky enough to... I didn't get Mega Man 7 again, unfortunately, like a regular copy. But I was lucky enough the first year... I think this was the year before I went with you to... maybe you went to both Fan Expos with me. I can't remember. Did we go to both of them together?
I'm just trying to think, because the first... I think I only went to Fan Expo 1. You had gone once before me.
Yeah, it was Fan Expo. I think it was Fan Expo 2009 then.
2009. And then I went with you, Cass, Corey, and Brock.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the guy who does art every day, literally his Twitter is called Daily Rockman, @DailyRockman. Quick shout out for him. He's done... let's see. How many pieces of art has he done? He has done 1,098 pieces of Mega Man art.
Jeez.
And it's not just games. Like lately he's been doing like Mega Man the cartoon art and stuff like that too.
Just getting a little
yeah, he does everything. So if you want to follow somebody who does daily Mega Man art, you can follow him. Actually, I use some of his art for thumbnails, and I asked him, "Is it cool if I do that?" He's like, "Yeah, as long as you give me credit in the video description." I'm like, "Well, duh. I'm not just gonna take your art and sit and use it for my thumbnail and not credit the artist." So I've used his art before. He's totally cool if you need Mega Man. It's high quality art as well. He tries to copy the art styles of the game or series or whatever. So check him out, Daily Rockman, if anybody likes daily Mega Man art. Where was I though? I'm gonna start playing the game now. Now the intro's gone by. So the first year I went to Fan Expo, this was in 2009, there were people selling imports. Like this guy was selling Famicom, Super Famicom games. And I knew at this point, even this early in my collecting of like Super Nintendo and stuff, that Mega Man X2 and X3 were very pricey. And Mega Man 7 wasn't on the rise yet, but it would cost more than the average game. So I still had X because, well, it's Brock's copy, because we, I guess, just agreed it's his copy, because that was one of the games my dad got for one of us scoring a goal in hockey, and he scored majority of the goals, so we figured it's probably his copy. But this guy was selling a bunch of Super Famicom games, and of them, he was selling Rockman X2, Rockman X3, and Rockman 7. So I picked those three up for $20 each, which they're not that much now. They're way more expensive now, but this is in 2009. And I think the dude actually gave me a deal too. I think he said you can have the whole lot for $45 or something like that. So I ended up getting it for cheaper than what he was even selling it for. So those are the physical copies I have of these games. And the main difference between the Japanese version and this version, or the English version, is obviously it's in Japanese, but there's little things like there's tips for each Robot Master in the Japanese version, and the tips are in English. So when you select a Robot Master, it'll say things like Freeze Man, it'll say don't slip.
Ah, okay.
Stuff like that. I don't know why they removed that from this version, like the English version, but it's all in English. Like, the only things that are in Japanese are text boxes for cutscenes. That's it. Everything else is in English. So, if, like most platformer games, it doesn't really matter if the story doesn't matter too heavily. So, if you wanted to save some money and get this game in Japanese, if you had to have it on the Super Nintendo, it's a lot cheaper in Japanese. Though now it's gone up. I think it's like $60 or something like that. But obviously, I'm playing on the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 tonight, which I think there's a sale still going on. You can get Mega Man Legacy Collections 1 and 2, X Legacy Collections 1 and 2, and Mega Man 11, I think for like $60 US, as one whole like bundle. So if anybody is like thinking about it, it's a super sale right now. I think that's like more than 50% off what the games are worth.
I know the Mega Man one is, but I think the X collection is only 25%. Because it's newer.
Yeah, it came out this year.
So I know, I think you're right about, like, the OG Mega Man Legacy Collection, but the X one I think is just like 20 to 25.
Yeah.
Also, hi Blondie.
Hey Blondie. So, yeah, this is one of my favorites in the series, and at the time, like, it was one of the first when I started doing Zeromaster hunting. This was the first game I did review on, and at the time, the opinion was this one was bad, and like I said in my Mega Man 8 review that I did a few months ago, that has changed in the last 10-ish years. People have changed their mind on 7.
Yeah, so there's a newfound appreciation. It's sort of like watching the Cable Guy now. Like, the way that the Cable Guy was back then, it didn't really make much sense, but you look at, like, today's society where, like, people are getting way overblown on obsessions about, you know, not just people, but, like, other things in general. Cable Guy, surprisingly, is good.
Yeah. I'm insulted.
What do you mean?
You don't like the Cable Guy?
No.
It's like Demolition Man too. Like, holy shit, is Demolition Man so good?
No. Those are fine. Those are fine. I have this feeling that you're playing Mega Man 7 because I told you I was playing Mega Man 7 and I got hurt at the council.
You didn't say to me you were playing Mega Man 7.
I did a stream of Mega Man 7 like a week ago, and I couldn't beat the game.
Yeah, but you don't stream, so that's a null and void.
You don't
thing.
see, you know, CJ. I'm not. I don't want it. I don't want that joke. Okay.
All right, that's fine. Sure. I'll drop it. Fine. Just tell me.
It depresses me because, like, I really do try.
I know you do, and that's not my intent. Is not to say that you're not trying.
He's just fucking with you.
Just fucking with. But if it bothers you, dude, thank you for telling me. I won't make it anymore.
Okay.
Didn't you say you were gonna do something Mega Man related because it's his anniversary or something?
Yes.
So yeah, that's the actual reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because it's Mega Man's birthday today. He turns 31.
Mega Man's older than me now.
Same.
Oh lordy.
He's the same age as me, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the same issue.
Well, for like a month, anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. So happy birthday to Mega Man and happy early birthday to Blondie.
Happy early birthday, Blondie.
Oh, I knew it. Somehow I knew. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna make that jump.
Not until like 5 weeks, but
look, I brought you a gift. It's cracked voice.
But yeah, this game specifically, for a long time, Mega Man X was my favorite, and I think even I did a terrible top 10 Mega Man games, and I put X on the top or something like that. But after a while, after playing this some more, I'm just like, you know what? Like, X is a great game, not knocking it at all. It's a fantastic game. But like after playing this a little more, I'm like, there's just so much more that I enjoy going back to this game, that it has to top the list for me. For a while, I wanted to put Mega Man Legends as my #1, but I'm like, there's still quirks about it that I don't, But
yeah, I was about to say, like, that the problem with PS1 games is a lot of them that were good back then are not really good now.
Yeah.
Like, their age is starting to really show.
Some,
or is it like a... Yeah,
some still hold up.
Yeah.
Legends is one of those ones that is definitely a product of its time.
I want to say that Legend 2 isn't for me, and that's only because I'm slightly bitter at the game. For one
Legends
reason,
2 is actually really good, so...
No, it is, but I reserve the right to be bitter because of the how you get the Z saber in that game.
There's a lot of Mega Man Legends 2 that's a pain in the ass. Like, whole reason that Let's Play I did years ago isn't finished is because of a weapon that you almost, like, you don't need it, but it makes the part that I'm at a lot easier. And I missed it, and I'd have to do a ton of backtracking to get to it.
He backtraced it.
I say backtracing all the time.
I was about to say, like, that's par for the course for the Zeromaster.
Oh, by the way,
hey, Unreal.
Hey, Unreal. Thanks for joining the stream. CJ,
It'll be temporary. I'm in a car.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy, streaming driving.
I'm not streaming my
I
driving.
know, well, watch and drive, I mean.
I'm not gonna watch. I'm just on voice. I'll just telepathically astral project my Jedi.
Sorry, what was that, Zero? Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, Kevin, you should. Where are you driving from? Are you driving from work or what?
I'm driving from work, but I'm going to GameStop because I gotta get something for my brother for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Do you want to wish Mega Man a happy birthday?
11's great.
That works.
There's your birthday.
There's your birthday.
It's like, there, I bought 11. You happy?
So what was I gonna say?
I have a challenge. I'm gonna go because I have like a really terrible sleep pattern. But I have a challenge for you, Zeromaster.
What's that?
Okay, your next in the stream in the near future. Okay, it doesn't have to be next stream or anything. I challenge you to play the Mega Man 7 D-Make.
Oh, the D-Make. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that actually for a while. I actually probably could have played that tonight, but I was like, eh. I was like, I want to play Mega Man 7.
Yeah, but I actually challenge you to play the D-Make.
I want to play the D-Make and the 8 D-Make. I also want to play the mod of it. That's Decade. I'm gonna do that one too. A lot of stuff
CJ,
I want to try.
CJ, I need some advice.
Yeah, what's up?
Do I pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3 and receive the exclusive fabric poster that has a giant Woody in a keyhole?
Well, see,
What?
yes. Well, this is a very important thing. How long is it going to take you to actually play Kingdom Hearts?
He'll have it beaten in a week.
How long will it take?
No, because
no, 2 weeks.
Hey, Night Man.
Yeah, I've given like 80+ hours to this game. From what we're hearing about.
Don't you go in the door. Don't you go in the door.
I missed it. I missed it. I know. I already did. I'll have to come back and get it.
I don't know, TJ.
Because if you're going to play it relatively quickly, then even if you pick up Resident Evil 4, or not Rev 4, 2, sorry.
2 remake.
Sorry, yeah. The Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2 remake. Then you may still be able to get your hands on the Woody poster, but if you know it's going to be a while before you play it, I would just buckle down and get that Woody keyhole poster because it's very important.
You gotta get your Woody,
Also,
right?
I also want to preface this that I have completely blacked myself out of all Kingdom Hearts trailers now, so I'm like, I don't want any more to either be shown to me or being shown in out of order or listening to really people's stupid theories about what the game is about.
Okay, so you're on media blackout.
Oh man,
I'm
I almost
pretty
beat him there.
blackout now. This is going to be a train wreck.
But I have a theory that darkness.
I know. Well, this is the thing. It's like this entire time it was Captain Hook.
I will be back.
In the armoire with a candlestick.
Okay.
Yes, the candlestick. Always the candlestick.
It's always the candlestick. Yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
It was the butler in the kitchen with the teacup.
Okay, I believe you.
Shit.
But no.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I'm on media blackout now for Kingdom Hearts because I'm getting to the point where holy shit, if I see one more fucking video about the trailers, someone theorizing about the trailers or whatever, I'm gonna lose my shit.
You're depressing me with this Freeze-Man fight.
I know. I'm doing terrible.
So, Mega Man looks off. Oh, go ahead.
I did terrible at the end of the game. You're doing terrible at the beginning of the game. We need to fix this.
No, he's just warming up.
So, Mega Man looks awfully young for a 31-year-old.
Said that in the chat.
I didn't know you guys were even
That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I gonna say? So CJ, here I have a little bit of something that I wasn't expecting to happen recently. So a fan of both of ours happened to be in a mutual Discord server and didn't know I was there. So I joined a voice chat one night, and they're like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute," and she was like, "Are you?" She's like, "Are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And you do the Let's Plays with Canadian Jutsu? Yep, that's me as well. We do that. So, in case she happens to be lurking tonight, hi Nova. And like she didn't even realize it was me until like and I'd been chatting in this Discord for weeks, and then they had a group chat going one night, and it clued in, like it sunk in. I'm like, that's weird.
Yes, I am Lord Frieza. Yes.
There we go. Got freeze, freeze, cracker.
Freeze, cracker.
Freeze, cracker.
You get.
My God. Not this again.
So for those wondering, the reason Kirby earlier was saying don't go through that door is because there is a thing you can get with Rush Search just before the boss door, and I totally forgot to get it.
Yeah.
And as I went through the door, I was like, "Oh no, I gotta go through Freeze Man stage again."
Yeah. No, it was just something like, technically speaking, and I wanna say this before I actually go. I keep saying I wanna go. Is that you can get all the items in the game by collecting bolts and buying them from Auto Shop, which they never tell you how to access it unless you have the original Mega Man 7 manual.
Oh, does the digital manual on this not tell you?
No, it doesn't.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, you're supposed to press, I think it's select.
Yeah, it's select.
Select?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you bring up Auto Shop. But if you have Rush Search and if you actually use it in certain areas, you can get every single item except for E tanks, W tanks, and the new S tank. If you haven't played anything past 6, in the stages.
And the nice thing about Rush Search too is there's little Easter eggs. He'll like sometimes find Game Boys.
Oh yeah.
In the ground.
Game Boys, boots,
Apple Cores.
Apple Cores, Baltimore, who's your friend?
Baltimore.
No one remembers that Scooby-Doo Johnny Bravo crossover.
It's funny.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
My glasses.
Velma and Johnny switched glasses. It was wonderful.
My glasses. I can't be seen without my glasses.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Well, most
until this day, people still ship Johnny and Velma.
Even Cartoon Network did.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Nightman. I remember them like on the holiday, one of those like Valentine's Day special things. They would put them together.
Yeah.
They shared screen time.
Yeah, and I think I remember it was like a little bump featuring Velma and Dexter.
Right.
And Dexter was like having a little crush, and then Johnny comes in.
So what Zero has done, and he probably forgot, is that he could angle Freeze Cracker. So when he was jumping up and shooting, I was just like, no, you can just shoot.
Yeah. I forgot about that until I'm like, wait a minute.
Just put that on your long list of things Zero did wrong.
So things.
Okay, I'm going to make a video. You know what? That's going to be my next video. It's gonna be on this stream VOD.
God.
I'm gonna highlight it and I'm like things Zero did wrong.
What was I gonna say? So the one thing I did want to explain is the reason I'm doing this pattern is if you beat Freeze Man. Listen to me, I sound like a fucking speedrunner. The reason I did this way is because if you get Freeze Man first, it saves you a ton of time than having to go back to his level. But since I missed an item anyways, I may have to go back to his level, or I might just go buy it in the shop, since that might be easier.
It was the item in question was.
And this is also why you want to freeze, get Freeze Cracker, because you can freeze that dude and then you can see the invisible platforms. You don't need to be able to see the invisible platforms to get the next item, but it makes it 10 times easier, because you can see what you're doing.
I'm trying to remember what was the item that was in Freeze Man stage.
I'm trying to remember I can't remember what you actually get by doing the search, so. I'm sure I'll get to the end of the game and I'll be like, what am I missing? And then I'll be like, wait, it's this.
Isn't it one of the rush letters in Frostman?
No. Oh, yeah, it actually, yeah, the reason I went there originally is to get one of the rush letters so I wouldn't have to backtrack and get it later. Because, usually, Cloudman's the guy you want to start with, because Cloudman tends to be the easiest boss, especially if you're new to the game. But, like, if you know Freezeman's pattern, like I do, and, you know, as I was being criticized on, you can defeat him pretty easily. I don't know why I did that. I didn't need that health.
Okay, so I went up and looked at the list. The item that was at Freezeman's door was the exit.
Oh, yeah, I can just buy that. It's not super expensive.
Yeah. But I found something out when I was looking through all the lists of everything. They removed the Game Boy and Legacy collection, too.
Well, I can see why they would. Like...
Yeah, because...
multi-platform.
Alright, so here's a secret you can get.
They didn't get rid of the Game Boy and the Banjo-Kazooie, though, in the Faust collection.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's because Microsoft's like, we don't have a handheld, it's fine.
And also, like, they were still making, like, Rare was still making games for Game Boy for a long time, even after they got acquired by Microsoft.
They did for the Game Boy Advance and DS, even after getting bought from Microsoft, yeah.
So basically what Proto Man's explaining here is that if you use the fire weapon in the woods, which, if you didn't use the all bosses code password to see all the bosses, you'd have no friggin' idea what he's talking about here. But basically after you beat Turbo Man, you can use his weapon in Slash Man stage to reveal, I think, where Beat is captured. And I'm not going to do this here for long. Well, I'll just show real quick. This is the best place in the game to farm for bolts. I'm not going to really farm right now because I think I'm doing okay for bolts for now. And by the time I need them, if I could hit the right button, yeah, I got 50 bolts. It's okay for now. By the time I need them, I'll have enough. So you can farm there if you really are hurting for bolts, though. That's like the best place in the game to do it. But yeah, this way is the fastest. And again, like, I'm no speedrunner, so I'm sure there's faster speedrun tech for this game, is what I'm suggesting. But that tends to be the fastest route, is to start with Freeze Man, if you're not using passwords and shit already to unlock all the other bosses. I might get through this game tonight. I don't know. We'll find out. I can get through this game pretty quickly, so usually in about an hour or two.
Unless he gets terrible RNG in the Wily Capsule fight.
Yeah.
Like I did, which was depressing. You know what? I realized that I was talking to another set of Canadians when I was playing that, when I was talking about that. No, I got really bad RNG in the Wily Capsule fight.
Yeah, which can happen.
Yeah, the first time I realized that I was not going to win is when he spawned 4 fire orbs. I said, okay, I'm just gonna die. I suppose.
Guess I'll die then.
Guess I'll die.
This is your life. This is your life.
Oh,
alright, so
didn't mean to do that.
Real talk. I'm gonna wish you luck, Zero. And nice talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Once again.
Likewise.
And yeah. Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Later.
Yeah.
One thing I should talk about is I am going to start, probably not streaming it, but I'm just going to do it on my own. I'm going to start practicing X7. I'm going to have some time off.
Oh boy,
because,
everyone's favorite.
there may be a chance that I might be able to visit early on next year.
Oh, okay.
Or vice versa, whatever ends up working more. And the wait has been long enough, so...
I mean, it's on the Legacy Collection now. You can play in HD at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we have to get the GameCube and do all sorts of weird shit.
I can't blame you for wanting to hold off on that.
Yeah, I have it on GameCube. I don't have it on.
Well, I have the Legacy Collection, so I'll just bring it over.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, right, the X collection originally.
Yeah.
It was on GameCube. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The X anniversary collection or the.
That
X
just threw me
collection.
off because I'm like, wasn't X7 PS2?
I wouldn't play it on GameCube.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that much because I don't like the button layout of the GameCube controller.
Except for Smash.
No, I don't even like it for Smash. I play
Oh,
with Pro
wow.
controller.
That's a pretty unpopular opinion there, Zero.
Well,
I mean,
this
I
is
have,
why,
I have to
I
play
said
it on Pro Controller because I don't have one of those dongles.
so.
Yeah, same.
So an idea I had
I do,
for a
actually.
dumb show idea was called Grillin' It, because my last name is Grills. And the first episode was going to be on the GameCube controller, because while I think it's a functional controller, and it works okay, I don't like it. I use it
No,
because
that's-
it functions
And
okay.
you'll get nothing but dislikes.
Pretty much.
Well,
see,
Zero,
that's
it's
the
gonna.
thing.
It
is,
was
like,
gonna be my unpopular opinion show, basically.
well, Zero, you gotta give it credit. At least it's not the N64 controller.
This is gonna
I
be my
prefer
unpopular opinion. I kind of think it's the N64 controller feels more comfortable.
If you played a lot of N64 games back in the day, you just sort of get used to it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
For most of the games that are designed with it.
So as you guys saw there, I don't know, when you use the freeze weapon on lava, it freezes the lava. That makes no goddamn sense. But in Mega Man Land, the ice is so cold, it freezes the lava. And that's
Well, I mean, that does make scientific sense actually, because it would, if it was cold enough, it would be able to solidify the lava into like proper ground, because lava is just rock, melted rock, right? Other things also just rock. So I don't know, maybe because this is a facility and the lava apparently moves and seems to be on some sort of like not even conveyor belt, whatever you call that, or like just a tube, like they're using it for heating or cooling or something. It could change the fact, but I would say that kind of holds up. Now, it being like frozen into ice, that's weird. It should just be black. But I'm getting too scientific about it.
it's also
About a game with a little robot boy
Yeah.
doing his. He can only shoot straight.
Yeah, with sentient AI monstrosities.
I can't shoot diagonally? Wow, base is better.
This
I
ain't
need a
Contra.
double jump. Wow.
one of the reasons why Mega Man 10 is a better game than 9. You can play as base.
Oh,
Is this
DJ,
another one of your
update.
unpopular opinions?
I seem to be in the minority on that one.
Well, you know, opinions might change over time, like with Mega Man 7. You know?
Yo, CJ, update. You walk into the store and you can be the keyhole.
Meanwhile, on Unreal's,
Ooh.
Wait, did you take a picture?
No, because there's no one there for me to do that. If there's a midnight watch, I'll do it. If that stands still there, I'm like, I'm the keyhole now. I'm the Woody.
I don't know. When somebody wants a picture hard enough, I remember like I was in one of my raids in 14, and we were on like a 15-minute break. So one of my raid members was like, "Oh, I'm gonna quickly go to the convenience store and get some candy because I really want some candy." And then I don't know how we got onto it, but we're like, "No, you like we don't believe that you can get here and back in less than minutes with the guy." So we're like, "You're gonna have to show us proof. You got to take a picture with, like, at the Quickie Mart with the cashier." And then they were like, "All right. Sure." So then, like 10 minutes later, all of our phones get a ding, and I have this picture of one of my raid mates just hanging out with the clerk beside the Quickie. He took the picture for him. They had a selfie together, and it was really weird.
Alright.
Hey, it worked out. Also,
Yeah.
CJ, I pre-ordered.
Nice.
Can you guess what I pre-ordered?
Was it that horse game, or is that out yet? I think that's out now.
Yeah, that's out.
That is so vague that I don't even know what that is.
The thing that I linked a little while ago on the Switch, where there's like, take care of your horse, like out on the stud ranch.
I don't remember
Clean
that.
your horse.
It's just another one of those dime a dozens like horse games.
So yeah, I went deluxe.
Yeah.
Because clearly, why not?
I can't spend that much money on Kingdom Hearts. They've already earned me enough of my money, so I'm going straight, just like steel case collector or whatever.
Well, deluxe is the steel case.
All right, then maybe I already pre-ordered deluxe.
And I'm like, it's like steel case, Disney pin. Don't give a shit about that. I'll just take the steel case. What about the game? I don't want the game. What? No. You want? But I did something else. I now have the story so far. Despite being completely caught up, I got the 6 game collection and 3 movies.
Oh well.
I mean, hey, it's either get 1.5 and 2.5 for 20, and then 2.8 for 20, or story so far for 40. So it's like, the fuck. Like, there's no way to get all of them cheaper outside of the story so far.
Oh yeah, no, like the story so far is the like if you haven't actually get that, it's that good because it's so cheap.
Also, despite me being caught up in terms of playing the good games, I've never played the Final Mix content, so I was gonna grab it at some point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the final which like the Final Mix content of 2 is by far the best. The stuff in Kingdom Hearts 1 is not that, like, other than a super boss, it's not really that important. And Riku jumping off a building. Back when that was like the weirdest, like, unsubtle thing. Yeah.
There's like a Riku cutscene where there's no voice dialogue, and it's just like completely silent.
And that's really all that you get from Kingdom Hearts 1. But Kingdom Hearts 2 has so much, like, added to it that the Final Mix is, like, totally worth it.
Oh,
It's the only way I play the game now.
I never played the remake of Chain of Memories. No thanks.
No.
No way.
Don't do that. I did that. That's a wrong choice. You watch those cutscenes on YouTube and be very proud of yourself.
I'm good. I played both stories on the GBA. I'm good.
Well, I mean, if you do want to play it, Kirby could probably help you through it. He really likes it.
Well, the game is easily broken. I just don't want to do it.
Well, don't.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm just gonna.
I mean, not to say that, you know, what happens in Chain of Memories isn't important to the plot of the story, because actually,
it's important.
Castle Oblivion is probably going to play a lot more of a role in the story. Kingdom Hearts 3, if they're going to be like, oh yeah, no, they're all back.
I like how there's a trailer for Final Battle, and I just know, no, there's going to be another game after this.
Okay, no. This is the end of the Xehanort saga.
Ah, damn it, that was stupid.
So that means that
of the Nathan Drake saga. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like this is the last game about Sora.
This is the last Kiryu Kazuma story for Yakuza.
Wow,
so
Zero.
Here's the random guy in a spin-off.
I know.
I
tried being
we gotta
safe,
take a minute and like I just looked over and saw.
I tried being safe, and I totally missed that one.
Wow.
So I kind of screwed myself because I didn't go get Rush Jet, and this next segment I usually use Rush Jet for. So prepare for fail.
It's okay. That one was just bittersweet because I saw what you really wanted to do there.
Hey, listen, Dying brought us back on track with Mega Man.
Yeah.
So it's...
We can have this conversation later, Kevin.
There we go. That one's actually not bad. That's not like the Mega Man 2 Heatman level style of disappearing blocks bullshit. And there's the last letter to spell Rush, so now, once I get that, I'll have the super adapter.
Ew! Nice.
There we go. so just to show, and you get it immediately. You don't have to wait or anything, which is nice. Now, the Super Adapter, which I have no idea why has not been back in Mega Man since 7, is a combination of the two rush adapters from 6. Except there's a couple of differences, like you don't have an energy bar to jet anymore, and you don't have an energy bar for your Rocket Fist. It's now, you can only jet directly up and over. And your Rocket Fist only goes right in front of you. It doesn't, and it works kind of like a boomerang. Now, you can get an upgrade for the Rocket Fist, but the jet does not upgrade. Not that you really need it in this game. There's not any heights that you would absolutely need to have the jet for. Alright, so, what am I at for... I have 4 lives, holy shit. I'm getting a lot of friggin', life ups, apparently. Here comes friggin' Burst Man. This boss fight is kind of annoying when you don't have the weakness. I'm not using the weakness right now because I came into this battle without full health, and I don't like using my weapon on runs without full health because I feel like I wasted it. Unless it's a game like Mega Man 8 where you get all your weapon energy back anyways and it doesn't matter, but Mega Man 7 don't do that shit. You don't get your weapon energy back. You just gotta go into it and hope you don't screw up. Now, I'm not hopefully gonna show it here because I won't get caught, hopefully. But if you get caught by one of his bubbles, you can either shoot or dash your way out by dashing at the right time at those spikes at the top. I'm going to hopefully not get caught by his bubbles.
You hopefully won't get caught slipping?
Hopefully not get caught slipping here. Like 8-Bit Eric. There's a shirt that says Slippin' and his face is on it, eh? I want that shirt. And they will never let that go.
No. Of course not. It's one of their winning bits.
Okay. There we go. That's Burst Man. I just realized I beat the first 4 Robot Masters without using their weaknesses.
It's almost like you played this game a bunch of times and know what to do.
Oh my god, you're a Mega Man player?
Even though I've already missed stuff.
You're still Discord and driving.
Yeah, I'm on my way home now.
Oh my god!
I always thought you were the guy that Spad ran too.
Oh god.
What?
Or you're the Mega Man Abridged guy that pours Puerto Ricans playing random PA.
I still
That's weird.
get tweets
Was that
saying...
a real thing? Someone said?
So
No.
what happened was
yes.
2 of my channels got hacked into, and it's my own fault. I set them up with Microsoft accounts. I didn't have recoveries account feature set up. What happened is they got into the Microsoft accounts and then used the Microsoft accounts to get into my YouTube accounts. And they started uploading weird stuff to those channels. They're both channels are gone now, I'm pretty sure, or at least one of them is completely rebranded. But it still has, like, I'm pretty sure you guys were still recommended channels on the side of it, which I thought was funny. But one of them got completely taken down because they were uploading, like, ISIS videos or something.
Wow.
What?
Awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened a while ago.
This happened a while ago. I tried to get back into them, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
happening.
that's why he had to do. That's why Zero had to make a new channel for like his current bridge stuff.
Yeah, I had to make a new bridge channel. So what's I love about this stage is you can see other bosses in there. Obviously, there's Snake Man, but if you look, there's Flower Man back there. Or sorry, Plant Man, not Flower Man. He's just fucking Flower. There's Anchor, who's kind of hard to see back there, but he's back there. We got Flame Man in the background. We got Pharaoh Man doing his best disco pose. We got Heat Man in the good old robot museum. So I may use a weakness this time, but you know what? I've got so many lives, I might as well try a Buster first. We'll see what happens. Right.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, tomorrow is
Correct.
Wednesday.
Yeah, sorry, my sleep's been fucked as well. But, hey, I think I'm gonna be doing that Amiibo tournament tomorrow.
Amiibo tournament?
For Smashed.
Yeah, I finalized what rules are gonna be done. SCR helped with some input last night. And we were like, oh, yeah, yes, okay. Well, I haven't said who's in. I can only pick 32.
Ah, shit, I'm doing terrible against this frickin' guy. Ah.
Fucking clown robots.
Pretty much.
Was it Clown Man in 8?
Oh
though?
no, is that Bounce Man from 11?
No.
The one that goes.
Is that
"Ew," when
it's
it dies?
Springman and Skullman in the back, right? During that fight?
I think so. I'll have to double check.
Hey, Zero, for the anniversary, you should be doing Mega Man at base. Clearly the best level designed Mega Man game.
If you want to see like 2.5 hours of fail, yeah. Yeah, that is, that you're right, CJ, that is Skullman and Ringman in the background.
Ah, cool.
I can't remember if I got 7 on the Wii U Virtual Console because the game's like $500 now.
I don't know if it's 500, but it is probably in the
It's,
digits.
it rivals
It's 500,
Earthbound in
like,
cost
I'm not
now.
spending over triple digits.
So it's around $250 to $300.
Something like that, yeah.
I think 300 is a little much because even Earthbound isn't worth that much.
Yeah, unless you're going big box, then
Yeah.
big bucks.
And
Big
it
bucks,
may come
big
with
bucks.
Wait, it came with a Nintendo Power Guide or something.
There's also, no, I know I have X3 on Virtual Console for the power extension. I don't know if I went for 7. I probably didn't.
I mean, either way, I mean, Legacy Collection has pretty much all of it.
I don't want to get more games again. I just need one.
Alright,
Yeah, but
so...
this is all a big collection.
like I mentioned earlier, there is a password that unlocks all 8 Robot Masters from the start if you want to play the game more traditionally, but honestly, the only real advantage it gives you is some patterns like Springman, though it's not really much of a advantage. That and Slashman is weak to 2 weapons. So he's weak to both fire and ice. So if you happen to have either one of those weapons, you can start with him. But I'm not starting with him because he's a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna start with Springman. And it's funny how you were talking about Bounce Man a moment ago. Every time I go into Bounce Man stage, I think of Springman stage because of all the springs. Though, to be fair, in Bounce Man stage, it's a little more annoying than it is with Springman's.
Sometimes you gotta hold the jump button to get maximum bounce.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're mid-jump and an enemy hits you in the butt from below, you die.
Ick Zachary.
Speed gear! Oh yeah! Use the gears in 7. He has them, right? Am I not
No, he
chronological?
has the brush adapt thing in 7.
Oh, he has the battleizer, right, in 7.
The Battleizer.
He basically has a battleizer. Come on, Rick! SPD!
What's nice about the rocket arm too is it's homing to an extent. So you can't use it. It doesn't home everywhere. Like it's not a super amazing homing, but like it'll home certain enemies if they're close enough. Like right now, it's not doing so well because What was that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's talking about the Russian doctor.
Yeah, when I emulated 7 when I was like younger, I always thought that was cool. Also, I was cheating my way through the game, but still, that was cool to see. Like, whoa! You got this cool armor! It's a dog? Okay, for that reason, I'm out. That's animal abuse. Oh, well. Oh, man.
Abuse. God damn it. Come on,
Well, they're
Panda.
robots. Well, yeah, well, you know what else are robots? Horizon Zero Dawn.
Those are robot.
Yeah, anytime you hit the weak point, they go.
What?
It's slight exaggeration, but
but
they do make a They do make.
Do
kind of like
they make a
techno
boss
noise when they
nass
die.
noise? What?
No,
they make a distinct noise that I've heard a lot when I was going for like critical shots in Horizon. I've
It's-
heard it a lot.
It is basically like a robotic like cry when they get hurt
It's a
or die.
pretty distinct sound effect, and that goes with that game's sound
It's like
design.
it is a robotics. It's like a robotic sounding thing. So
Alright, I
we
am
need to
home.
get back to that actually.
That game
I'm
is super
home.
cheap now. I'll probably pick it up.
Well, yeah.
Complete edition's now 20, but look at me buying stupid fucking Kingdom Hearts instead. Fucking.
Oh, like you along with millions of other people. Ooh.
Look, I don't care as much as most people. I just think the
Alright.
games are fun to.
So,
Then that's fine.
so
Yeah.
what I just collected.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I gotta see how this train wreck ends, because holy shit.
I've been on this train forever. Let me off. I want off the Kingdom
but
Hearts.
CJ,
Sorry.
But
Sakurai's
CJ, Resident
okay, I
Evil
believe
2
you.
remake.
just left the Sakurai train, and now you're on the other one.
Yeah, no, like, let me off, please. I feel like Sakurai. Poor guy.
Yeah, it's like, give me a break. It's like, Nomura, go back on 7 remake. Oh, for fuck. You just pulled me off it. Get back on it. Alright, I'll be on real mic soon. Bye.
Okay.
Addy.
Or Discord drive.
Don't Discord and drive. Yeah.
That's pretty much my.
I mean, he probably had a Bluetooth or something.
Oh, I know. I know he was doing hands-free and stuff, but.
So what I was trying to say there is the large bolt we got there a moment ago. That's the super bolt. What that does is it basically makes it so Eddie has better items in the shop and he sells them at a better price. So you get like a heavy discount when you get it, and it also unveils some items that he couldn't make previously. So I haven't gone to the shop yet, and so you really won't see from beforehand what he was offering, but it wasn't much. It was mostly E-tanks and a couple of upgrades for various things. But when you get the Super Bowl, it basically unlocks all the upgrades in the game. So it basically makes it so that if this is your first time playing and you don't find all the items while playing the game, you can just buy them from Eddie if need be. And for years and years, that's how I completed the game, because I didn't know you could find some of the items
Would like to
until way
research.
later. The thing to remember is when I was playing this game when I was a kid is we didn't get internet until like 2001. 2001, something like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, back then it wasn't always like really accessible for everyone,
Yeah.
especially with like dial-up and all that.
But yeah, it's so actually Corey being rich, well, it wasn't like rich spoiled kid, but he was a spoiled kid, had internet. So we would often like, in order to beat Mega Man X to find out the boss weaknesses, we had him like use his dial-up to help us find out what the boss weaknesses were in Mega Man X, because for a long time we couldn't figure that game out. We're like, this game is so hard, what the heck? And I only figured out when I got bandwidth internet and started playing this game on emulator years later. Sorry, bandwidth, broadband internet is what I meant. That you can, that there were other ways to get the items.
In Mega Man 7.
Yeah, in Mega Man 7 that you could buy from Eddie. Oh, you don't want to get hit by that move, and I totally did. And that cost me the battle. So I'll try it again here. Also, I just love little details. Like there's the Met, and the girl Met because she's pink and has a blue bow. You don't see them as enemies. But anyways, this is Springman. He's not too difficult. Everybody makes fun of Springman. But I mean, he's actually a moderate skill boss. Like, he's not... Like, because of moves like that I totally shouldn't have gotten hit by again.
I'll be right back.
But, I think it's mostly because he's a Springman.
He also uses wrestling moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hit you against the ceiling, hit you against the floor type of thing. Kind of a pretty thing to do.
I don't remember Slinky's doing that.
Yeah. Actually, this robot, the more I think about it, is like super fucking terrifying. Like,
Prerequisite for arms.
how would you? Like, I mean, obviously you can kill it
I'm
with
doing
lemon.
terrible. What am I at for lives here? Okay, I still got 2 lives. I'm good. I'm just not being very careful. I'll try this again. Yeah, this is Springman, the prototype for ARMS.
You're not wrong.
Springman for ARMS when?
Bring man for Smash.
I don't want him in Smash. I want him in ARMS.
I don't know if they are adding any more characters or anything to ARMS. I know they did add a couple characters in that. Through like updates or whatever. I don't know if many people are still even playing ARMS after the initial launch.
I need to pick it up because it is a fun-looking game, and I played it a little bit at my local esports bar, which unfortunately closed down.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that one that we...
Yeah, the one that we visited. I wish we had spent more time there, so you could get a chance to be there. But like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling.
They were having like a league or something. That time.
Yeah.
But like, it's still sad because it seemed like a really interesting place.
Yeah. Luckily, a lot of the people who are in the game communities in there, they started a Discord, so I still keep up with them. But I feel bad because I hadn't been out a lot recently because I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, so I didn't want to like bring that with me.
Well, that's fine. If you have your own personal stuff to deal with, then just do what you do.
I kind of miss the place now, though. Now that I wish I had gone more, but it is what it is. But yeah, I remember like ARMS was my birthday, my 29th birthday. I had there. And that was my first chance playing the Switch because I didn't own one. And they had a Switch, and the owner basically said, "You can have the private room. I'll bring one of the Switches into the private room for you." We got ARMS. We got I think Mario Odyssey. Well, Mario Odyssey wasn't out yet. This would have been 2017, so it would have been, and it would have been in July. So ARMS was out. I think something had just come out. We started playing it. Mario Kart was out for it.
Maybe
so we played that.
Splatoon 2, maybe, but that might have been just before it came out.
I don't know if we played that one. I can't remember.
But that's the only other game I can think of that came out around that time. Mario Odyssey was like October of last year.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay.
Now
that's
that
when I got my Switch.
Now that we have the spring weapon, we can go after Shademan, and I don't know if you can do the trick in this game, but I believe if you hold down L and something else, you can make it play the Ghosts and Goblins theme from the first level.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember how you do it.
Because Capcom.
We need one. Do you need to know what we need to do?
I just need to find out what the button combination is.
Let's see. Let's just type in Mega Man 7 Ghosts and Goblins.
But we talk about no ghosts and goblins.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here.
Press and hold both shoot and jump while selecting Shade Man.
Shoot and jump while selecting Shade.
So I'm guessing like whatever the equivalents of like.
Yeah, I did it.
B and
Okay. Yeah.
So it'd be on PlayStation. It'd be square and X. I mean, I guess I could have just played the regular Shade Man stage music because his stage music is actually really good. It's one of the best tracks in the game, in my opinion. But Ghosts and Goblins, so why not?
Yeah, a game that you'll never beat.
Oh my god. I might beat the arcade version I have on the Capcom collection for Xbox because Unlimited continues, but that's if I have patience.
Gravity Man in Smash says, a fellow physics lover. Oil up and hit the dojo gym with me.
Oil up and hit the dojo with me. So I'm missing something, so I can't get the Proto Shield yet, but there is an extra fight with Proto Man in this stage that you can get the Proto Shield from. But you have to have a... fucking hate these crows. You have to have gotten both of the secret areas with Proto Man's tips. And actually, based on what you have in the game, one of his tips is different. I think he mentions the super adapter, and if you have it, he just waits. He just says ellipses, and then his next message says "cool." Because I think that's that. I think that message is the game looking to see if you have the super adapter.
Cool adapter, bro.
He says "cool." Proto Man is he's just cool.
He's just a cool guy.
Just a cool guy. Alright, and... God damn it, I hate this mini-boss. I think I'm gonna switch over to... yeah. That's not it. Oh, it's Slasher. I don't have it. I hate this mini boss because it's one of those ones that has like impenetrable shield until it attacks. Now, if you beat it with a certain weapon, it'll crash against the wall and go. You can go this way. But if I want to get the Proto Shield, I gotta come back this way anyways, I believe. Oh no, wait, it's this way. So I could have gotten the other way, but I also don't have the weapon I think that you need for that. So if you go down here, if you've seen both things down here, you'll get the Proto Shield. Now, if I activate that, I don't remember, but I think it causes Proto Man not to show up later, so I'm not going to do that. Just wanted to show the pathway you can take. So. I'm going to continue on the regular path of this stage. Because there is multiple paths in this stage specifically that I could have taken if I had the weakness, but of the mini-boss. But I didn't, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. So, what's nice about this room is if, while it's dark, you can use the T-bolt and it lights the room up. Just for a quick moment. At least if you have the fire weapon, it keeps the room illuminated because it lights those things in the background, which are actually candles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, probably gonna like those candles so they stand out.
I'm gonna pop out for a bit.
Yep.
Somebody...
Go ahead. Alright, so... this game's weapons are really useful, too. Especially for stuff like this. The only thing that sucks is because of the way this thing is angled, the items just fall right down. It's supposed to be like a circle. Oh, I just got a free life. Alright. So that little hole up there is where you would come down if you went the other route. It doesn't matter, both routes lead to the same place. And I believe have the same options. So here we have another cutscene with Base. And we see that he's hurt, so Mega Man's like, go to Dr. Light, he'll fix you up. He's like, I'm glad I have a friend like you. Sure, Base, sure.
Bestest friend ever.
So there is an item you can. There is a a portrait of Dr. Wily that's in the other area that you can get using the rush search underneath it. Will give you an item. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. But, again, it's something that can be purchased if you don't get it. So, we'll find out how much backtracking I'm going to do, because I'd like to finish this game tonight, but we'll see. With the rate that I'm going at. The thing about Shademan is he is a vampire, so he will lunge at you, try to steal your energy. So, just keep that in mind. I'm not doing super well against him right now because I'm not trying super hard because, again, the whole health thing. That eye laser thing will freeze you. And this is the only weapon in the game that can be charged, and that's how you do it. You just do it against the walls. So that's what happens when you get caught by him. I figured I would because I'm all... So his weakness is spring. Oh wait, sorry. That was a lie. The springs can also be charged up. I forgot to mention that. Now you can wait for him to lunge at you, but honestly, it's usually easier just to try and charge it and hit him. Ah, I got caught. Shit. This is not going well. It's kind of annoying, actually. There we go, I got him. Charge up spring does a lot of damage, at least. Careful. Low on health. I'm gonna go ahead and, against my better judgment, use an E-Tank. It doesn't result in me not needing to use it. Okay, so it was useful. It's probably one of the harder fights in the game. Mostly because the spring is kind of unpredictable, and it's hard to hit him because a lot of the time he's in the sky, like Rathalos. So, the game's kind of hard, but either way, Shademan's weapon and Springman's weapon are the only ones in the game that can be charged up. So you can use that to your advantage, and you don't need to get used to using the spring weapon, but it makes it easier for later, because that is Wily's final form's weakness. But anyways, we've got quite a bit of stuff now, so we're gonna go ahead and take on Turbo Man, and not the non-fictional character from Jingle All the Way, but that actually works because Christmas.
Sure, tie this in with that.
Sure, yep.
Totally Christmas stream now.
Totally Christmas stream. Actually, my family's not doing anything for Christmas this year. I could, and it's on a Tuesday. I could potentially do a Christmas stream this year.
I guess if you really
not that
wanted
anybody
to.
would show up anyways, because it's Christmas. But...
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would depend on who's doing what.
These little bastards are some.
Usually every Christmas, I just get some games and play them. That's about it, really.
Yeah, my family's doing Christmas on the 23rd this year, so...
so Christmas Eve.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just because it's too busy to do it on the 25th, with how all the families, the extended families with, so it's like, so we're just doing it the day.
Oh yeah, with like your 5 million cousins, right?
You know it. So... Truth be told, I hate this goddamn level for things like that. But, like, this level specifically is the one where... There's always one in every Mega Man game where you're, where there's a lot of, like, insta-kills. This stage specifically is the one that has that. Almost every section of the level has an insta-kill death trap. And I don't mean like a pit. Like, those are in every stage. But this one specifically has things that are set up specifically to try to bait you to make jumps and whatnot and kill you. Certain things. There's like part of the stage is a throwback to Quickman stage. Because there's not insta-kill lasers, but there's insta-kill fire that gets launched at you. So that's something to watch out for sure. There's these motherfuckers are here too. Make this even more difficult. And this is really easy to mess up too, because that right there is a pit, and that leads to a you have to redo part of the level if you fall into that. So oftentimes what I will do, and I may do it here, is I'll get the super adapter out and I'll try to cheese it, even though I don't really need to now, because I did it fucking perfectly there. I gotta keep the super adapter out. Thank God the tires in this stage that go across the screen don't bounce you around the ground nearly as bad as they do in Earthworm Jim. Otherwise, this would be really, really difficult.
Oh, like in New Jump City?
Okay, so this is one of those things where if you didn't know this was here, you could always buy it in the shop. But use Rush Search here, and he will find something. Use, hopefully. I got this right. I'm pretty sure I did. There we go. That's the Super Adapter arm upgrade. It makes basically the arm go further. And the homing is slightly better. But it's mostly the range, or the distance that you get from it that's useful. This is just a little checkpoint area. This part sucks, but luckily you can use freeze, I believe. Yeah, you can. Those. I usually just try to slide through this shit, to be honest. Go through it as quickly as possible. So this is the callback to the Quickman stage, because Towers of Fire instead of Towers of Laser. Luckily, it's not as long, which is nice. And basically, falling off the truck at this part 2 is an instant death, though it's really hard to, like, fall off, so... You have to be trying to mess up, essentially.
I just realized Sparkster on Genesis has a level like kind of like this, where you're on like a big long truck and you fight the truck face as a boss. Although this is much shorter than in Sparkster.
Yeah. That's a game I need to finish, the Rocket Egg games. I'm pretty bad at them, though, to be honest.
They can be a fair challenge. I'd say the first game is at least doable. Like
it seems the easiest of them.
Well, the easiest of the original, like 16-bit games. Genesis, both Sparksters on Super Nintendo and Genesis, they have their kind of hard moments. So, but Rocket Knight Adventures is still the best balanced one.
Turbo Man here has a fire projectile, and fire projectiles in Mega Man 7 do up to 4 bits of damage, and you can't move while it's doing the damage. It does it slowly. But if you use this weapon, and this is an auto-charge weapon, because once you hit it against a wall and get the charge, you don't have to wait for... You hold the button down for this. But, yeah, it's funny. He's a car boss, but he can't stand a little sound. Even though cars make a ton of sound, especially if they're racing cars. Whatever,
Maybe you're just honking a horn at it, and then that...
Maybe he really doesn't... Yeah, maybe he really doesn't like the high-pitched noise. I don't know. I guess that's possible, too. Cars make high-pitched noises all the time. You think it... Never mind, I'm thinking too much about it.
Well, cars are complicated machines. There could be something that makes it act up.
Yeah. Well, that gives us Scorch Wheel. The Flame Wheel is a lot of... Which the...
Isn't that like a Mega Man X weapon? Or was there like a fire wheel?
Yeah, or no, there's like a fire wheel from Flame Moose. So let's see. So I've got pretty much everything I'd need for Slash Man. I have both his weaknesses now. So we're gonna go into that battle. This one I find to be the most annoying boss, Slash Man. Even with his weakness, he's kind of a pain in the ass, but his stage is really cool. It reminds me of Jurassic Park. It did come out, like, I think it was a few years or like just before this came out.
Well, like Jurassic Park was like 93, and this was like what, 94?
95.
Oh, 95,
so,
yeah. So
yeah, it was a couple of years.
It would have been around the... Still would have been around the time where it's like, hey...
I should take out my super adapter. I always forget to do that in the stage.
It is still pretty obvious the Jurassic Park influences are here.
Yeah.
like with the fence and everything.
Yeah. Well, see, Dr. Wily was a big fan of Jurassic Park, so...
Well, I mean... I don't know about that, because Dr. Hammond, or whatever the scientist guy was in Jurassic Park, he looks more like Dr. Light, so...
That's a good way of putting it. The stage has a lot of fun elements, like the riding on the back of dinosaurs thing. I always found that really fun. Having the extra range with the rocket arm is really useful here. I'm going after that E-Tank. Might as well. Alright, so this part of the level. We have to run away from a T-Rex. Oh my god!
Oh no, robotic dinosaurs.
Oh god, dinosaurs. You just gotta hit him in the chin with your T-bolt.
Actually, having Jurassic Park with robotic dinosaurs would kind of work.
Well, I mean, Universal Studios does that, so...
Yeah.
Hey, why am I Robo Devil joke? Dr. Wowie, you can't even hear my voice.
I would more call that Robo Anjanoff.
My belly's so fat. You got my voice wrong. Fuck the Wowie.
Well, I'm just saying that because it would be more feasible to do that rather than actually being able to flip dinosaurs.
When you burn down the trees, the snakes get like a poofy face, like that, animated, like.
Oh yeah, the cartoonish
the
cartoonish burnt. Burnt up. So
it also burns up the beehives to do this, so you almost want to do this.
You're destroying the environment, Mega Man.
You saw what happened in 11, right? Whole fucking place went on fire tornadoes.
I haven't beaten in 11, so.
One of the stages.
It is one of the stages.
Alright, so the reason you want to do this is because it reveals that ladder. I don't think this is gettable. Oh, it is gettable with Super Adapter. Alright, so, and this reveals Beat.
All you have to do is just burn down an entire forest to get it.
I think you actually need to do this with...
Can you climb the ladder without seeing where it is?
I don't think so. I think you have to do it.
Yeah, the tree might be blocking it or something.
Yeah.
We let Smokey down.
Zero could have just burnt down one tree.
No, he has to burn it all. Protoman told him to do it.
What a hero!
Oh god, that was the first one of the first Game Grumps animated.
Yeah.
Protoman told me to. You just go back to Dr. Light. He's like, you did what?
Throwback still Game Grumps, yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna beat this guy. I'm gonna have to use one of my E-Tanks.
Oh no. It's not like you just bought more anyway.
It's true, yeah. So, I'm gonna start off with Flame, because I've got less of that. Also, there's an X here. Foreshadowing? I don't know.
No, it's just cool level.
Yeah, it's just a symmetric hallway.
If there was a 9 in there, you'd be like, oh my god, they foreshadowed X9! 2 decades ago!
Before any version of 8 came out.
Pain in the ass. And when you do have his weaknesses. I might have to use a second E-Tank at this rate.
I remember not liking this jello pudding motherfucker.
Jello. Okay, oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use another E-Tank, unfortunately. Time to use his other weakness, Freeze. Freeze, Cracker.
I think Freeze might be the intended one because you can sort of angle with that, right?
Yeah, you can. It also breaks when it hits a wall, too.
Yeah, do like a spread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would help since he's like constantly jumping around in the air.
Exactly. Alright. So. That's the 8 robot masters down. And, now we can do the Wily stages, but first I'm going to buy some upgrades that I missed. And, probably up my E-tags, too. Dr. Light, what happened? No hydration bot hasn't come up yet, but I'm gonna take some water. Take a swig of some water. Oh no, the enhancements I already have. And then Mega Man 8. Mega Man is such a boss that he's just like, I don't need any enhancements, I can beat you without them. Go. Whoops, that's the wrong button.
Hey, Dr. Light, can I use any enhancements? That's a good question.
You
never answered. I don't have the energy to give you the answers you want.
How do you access the shop in this one? That's a good question. Oh, there we go. It's
That's
just the touchpad.
Weren't you guys talking about that earlier?
Yeah.
It was just like select.
It's supposed to be select, but the select button on on
Maybe
PlayStation controller is capture, so it's you just hit the touchpad.
Yeah, I was
So here we
gonna
go.
say, if it's a select equivalent, it's usually the touchpad button on PS4.
Yeah. So there
You
we
hit
go.
the big button, not the little button.
Well, it's a little button on this controller. I'm using my Hori controller.
Oh yeah, right.
Switch?
No, it's a third-party controller he's using basically, because if you recall when we were playing Monster Hunter, his hands kept getting like falling asleep when using the regular one. Yeah,
my hands are going numb when using the regular controller, and then I bought this Hori one, and it's been great ever since. I'm not as big of a fan of the design of the PS4 controller. I wish they had just kept the design the same. They didn't have that problem with any of the other games. So as you can see, the upgrade for the rocket booster would cost 800 bolts normally. So there's the energy equalizer, which is really good. It can charge weapons when you click it. Weapon energy. Rest search is 120. Rest jet's 120. The exit's 100. What I really need right now is E-tanks. But I'm also going to need the rush jet, so I'm going to have to... Do I want to buy it, or do I want to just go get it? If I buy it, it saves me backtracking. But I'm also going to want to buy the energy equalizer as well. Although I can always just go back to Freeze Man stage to get that too. You know, getting the Rush Jet isn't too hard to get. It doesn't take too long to get, so I might backtrack to get that one. And the energy equalizer, I'll think about that one. Or the exit, sorry. Exit I can probably buy. Oh, the energy equalizer, that's the thing you get in by using Rush Search under the painting in Shade Man stage. That one might be worth going back to get, especially now that I have the weakness for the thing. It won't take me too long to get that. So I'm going to do a little bit of backtracing. and then we'll get some of that stuff. I'm going to start with getting Rush Jet, because that's going to be probably easier to get than the other one. I'm just going to show real quick here. Rush Search. Sometimes he'll now, in the Super Nintendo version, he'll usually find a Game Boy here. But, like Kirby said, that's not in this game, so I don't know what he's going to find.
Or not in this version. It's like...
Yeah, he finds a little toy robot.
Can't infringe on Nintendo. This new version.
Well, this is on Nintendo Switch, so...
Oh,
I'm playing the PS4 version. But...
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if it would still be a Game Boy on the Switch version. That'd be funny if it was, but
yeah,
I doubt it. It's probably just the same all across all the platforms.
Yeah, it's probably the same. So I'd be interested to find out.
You know, but clearly you can't get it on. You shouldn't get it on Switch because 7 would just be download anyway, even if you get it physically. Because you can only have Legacy 1 on the cartridge.
I do find that kind of bullshit still, but...
Yeah, but it's more so just a workaround with the Switch's limitations, I think. So...
That could be one of the... Though... Maybe that's one of the reasons why it's not on the,
I mean, well...
On the cart.
I mean, you could probably argue with Legacy Collection, though, depending how big the file sizes are. But I know with, like, stuff with, like Bayonetta 2 on Switch, for example, because I know this because my brother got it, I think it's either 2 is on the cartridge, but in order to download... Like, one of the games are on the cartridge, but in order to download the other, in order to have the other, you would have to download it.
Okay.
Or you need to download the other. With, like, Bayonetta 1 and 2. I forget which is which.
Now, the thing that it makes me concerned about that is it a code, or does it say, oh, hey, you've got this game, you can just download this game now?
That I'm not entirely sure. I think it might actually be like what they did with the Spyro Reignited trilogy, actually, because it just needs to you need to download the 2 and 3, but you can play the first game right away. So even if you have like super slow downloads, be like I do, you can at least play through the first game while the rest of the game downloads.
Okay, I believe I have 0 lives here, so all I need to do is get myself Crush.
I mean, at least it's not. At least it's not like with Tony Hawk 5 where they could have most of the game on the disc and you had to download it.
Exactly. So, I think what I'm gonna do is that's that. So the other thing is I need to get the thing under the Picture and Shade Man stage. So this would be a good opportunity to show that. But before I do that, I am going to buy the exit, because getting the exit is a pain in the ass, because you have to go all the way through Freeze Man stage. And I'm not going to do that again just to get one item, so I'm just going to buy it. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to leave the shop. I wanted to buy that. And the exit's only 100, so... There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Shade Man stage, and this is a good chance for me to show off the regular music. I'm not going to bother getting the Proto Shield this time, because you don't need it to beat the game, so this isn't going to be a 100% run, but I've already done a 100% run of this game before. No real point. This is just a fun thing to do for a celebration, so I'm not concerned with station rates or anything like that. I am gonna get that free bolt though. That should bring me up to 180. God, having the extra range on the friggin' rocket arm is so useful. I'm trying to remember the weakness that I have to use for this. I think it's... I want to say it's slash. I don't 100%. I'm not 100% sure. Check that real quick. Fun fact: this mini boss is called Van Pumpkin. Okay, so what it is you don't use the weakness, you have to shoot it in its upper eyes. So the ones when it's in shield mode. That's what it is. That's what does it. Forgot about that. There we go. So we got it. So it should rate. Yeah, there we go. So this is the alternate path. Alright, and why wouldn't you get this? Alright, you can't do it that way. Oh, Jesus. This also has unique enemies I forgot to mention that aren't found in any parts of the game, other parts of the game. There's the portrait of Dr. Wily. So now if we switch over to brush search, you should find something under the portrait. And of course that something is the energy equalizer. Now that we got that, we can exit this stage. And now we can start focusing on Wily. But before we do that, we're going to buy some E-tanks. Alright, so they're only 30 bolts, so that's pretty good. Damn it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. I hit the wrong button again. Screwed up big time there. I'm gonna have to just like speed. Oh no, that you waste beats. I forgot about that. Ah, fuck. Well, I pretty much screwed that. Load checkpoint save. Alright. Just gonna suck it up. I don't think this part's too bad without, I don't know what boss is in this one. I don't think this part's too bad without an E-tank. Plus, I think you can find one in this stage. The stage also reminds me of one of the Mega Man X stages, Sigma stages, because of the desert in the background. Or mountains, I guess. This part of the stage, I hate this part of the stage. That part's not so bad, it's the later one. That's really a pain in the ass where you gotta do it above a pit, basically. So... okay, you can't do that. Okay, let's just go back to Super Adapter then. Oh, that was close. Oof. That is the one I don't like. Oh. Ah, there is an E-tank in here. Ah, damn it. Ah, it was a trap. I knew it was a trap, too. These will start you right back up here. Have to rush jet this. If I use coil, it's gonna be very careful with a super adapter. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I don't remember if I want super adapter for this mini boss or not, but I'm gonna go for it. Oh, it's base. Of course I want the super adapter for this. This is like his weakness. Look at how much friggin' damage that does. I think it's interesting that after this game, Base basically is known for having a homing blast instead of a kind of a straight shooter.
Hasn't this thing always been like being able to like shoot in angles?
Yeah, in this one though he doesn't.
I guess it's because it's like, I guess it didn't really factor that in until Mega Man Base, where it's like, how is he actually going to play differently than Mega Man in this?
Oh, this is the Guts Man fight. I forget actually what his weakness is. I feel like I'm going to be able to beat him this round anyways.
Actually, did Mega Man Base come out after Mega Man 8? I think it did.
Yeah, yes it did.
Right, because it was like a 1998 Super Famicom game.
Well, they did that because they, Capcom's response, the official response from them is they thought people might have felt left out for Mega Man 8 going over to PlayStation.
Right.
So they wanted to make another. They didn't want to make Mega Man 8 for Super Nintendo, but they wanted to make a game like it. So they basically took the sound from Mega Man 7, the graphics from Mega Man 8 minus some frames of animation, and put them together and made Mega Man a base.
Yeah.
And that's how that game came about. So let's see. Been a while. I'm just gonna have to pull up Mega Man XZ and find out because I don't remember off the top of my head. I played this game so many times you think I would, but I still have to look stuff up for even the games.
How dare you not memorize every single little thing about your favoriteest game ever?
Flash Claw. See, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't 100%. So. So. That rock does a lot of damage. That. What is that? Oh, shit. That's getting close. Nope. Wrong button. He's dealing a lot of damage to me. There we go. He's done for, though. And actually, I think I'm going to stop here. It's a little early tonight, but I'm getting pretty tired. I didn't sleep very well the last couple nights, and it's kind of anticlimactic to just end the stream here, but
it's a season to have bad sleep patterns, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Because I guess I'm not the only person today, but I'll come back on Thursday and finish this up, guys. Thanks for watching, and
No problem.
I'll see you, like I said, on Thursday.
Peace out.
Happy birthday, Mega Man.